Hello and welcome to Beyond the Mind. I'm Toshni and today we'll be exploring all about sacred geometry. What sacred geometry is, how it awakens our consciousness, and everything that revolves around it. Specific patterns or shapes actually hold a lot of spiritual meaning and can be used in meditation to awaken deeper consciousness and spiritual insights as well. Basically, sacred geometry is nothing but the study of shapes and mathematical patterns that are actually thought to be the building blocks of the universe, and even the scientist Nikola Tesla has emphasized a lot on it. And like historically speaking, sacred geometry carries great importance throughout history, whether you talk about ancient Egypt, Greece, and even in Hindu, Buddhist, and indigenous cultures. The pyramids, mandalas, and the architecture of so many sacred spaces like temples and cathedrals all are built using these geometric principles. And it's not just some signs and symbols that we are talking about. It is the foundation of nature itself, and there is such strong evidence about it. Like you can see spiral shells, like the Fibonacci sequence. You might have heard somewhere somehow, or the arrangement of leaves as simple, or even the hexagonal structure of honeycombs. Nature is genius, and these shapes in nature actually reflect the universal order and harmony that the universe possesses. Now, in sacred geometry, what is important to understand is that each shape carries spiritual significance of its own. For example, if we talk about the circle, so simple, right? But it explains or it depicts so much about unity, infinity, and the divine. Then if you talk about triangle, so the triangle is all about balance, strength, spiritual ascent. For like in Christian Trinity or the pyramid, triangles are used a lot. So this triangle actually depicts nothing but the spiritual ascent. Then flower of life. So the flower of life actually talks about the interconnectedness of all living things, that everything is connected. And research has shown that our brains respond to geometric patterns in a very specific manner. According to studies on neuroaesthetics, geometric shapes and patterns can actually evoke feelings of awe and calm, triggering the brain's default mode network, which is actually associated with relaxation and insight. So like our brain's default mode is relaxation and insight, and not the conscious anxiety and conscious stress. So other than that, studies from top-notch universities like MIT and Stanford have also shown how focusing on visual patterns during meditation can increase one's focus or reduce anxiety and enhance the overall spiritual awareness by activating the brain's visual cortex. Then there is this very ancient Hindu symbol you might have heard of, the Sri Yantra. So using this symbol as a focus point during meditation practices has proven to heighten awareness, clarity, and even profound spiritual insights after consistently meditating on the shape. So whatever you do, any practice you pick, once again, like I always say, consistency is the key. But what I'm trying to say is the shapes help you so much in reaching that spiritual ascent you are trying to. It's just awesome. Then the flower of life will be the focus of this meditation that we are going to do ahead. So I have thought that I'll be guiding you through a step-by-step meditation, so that it can help you get started with implementing it in your daily life. So before we get into the meditation, flower of life is what exactly? It is a geometric figure composed of multiple but evenly spaced overlapping circles that symbolize, like we said earlier, the connectedness, the interconnectedness of all life forms. And it's meditating on it gently aligns us with the universal energy. Now I'll start the guiding process, and before that, let's slowly settle down into a grounding breathwork practice. I request you to sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. You are now inhaling peace and exhaling tension, preparing your mind for deeper focus. Now, imagine the flower of life in your mind's eye. For imagination, I have posted the photo on the podcast. Focus on this image and then again imagine it in your mind's eye. Focus on the symmetry of the circles and observe how they overlap, forming beautiful and intricate patterns. Imagine that this symbol is now slowly expanding and contracting with each breath you are taking. This is symbolizing the ebb and flow of life. You will now slowly feel a sense of unity and oneness as you focus on the interconnected circles. I will now give you time to focus on that feeling. Now imagine the symbol glowing with a radiant light. Gently feel the energy from the shape flowing into your body, aligning your mind and spirit with universal harmony. Simply notice any thoughts, emotions, or insight that arise and remain open to any sense of connection you feel with the universe. Keep in mind that there should be no judgment whatsoever. Now, whenever you feel ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment, back to your breath. And now, whenever you feel ready, open your eyes gently and take a moment to reflect on how you feel. I hope it was a great session. I hope you are feeling more calm, more focused, and more quiet from all the chaos that your mind goes through on a daily basis. Now, let's move on to the real world applications of sacred geometry. So, why, if we are hearing about it, listening about it, and trying to practice it, we should know how it is actually being implemented in the real world. So, modern practices you might have heard of Reiki, Qigong, and energy healing often incorporate sacred geometry symbols into their work. Some healers even visualize the Metatron's cube or Merkaba, which are some of the sacred geometric shapes, to align energy fields or clear energetic blockages. Now, sacred geometry is also being applied in sound healing, where practitioners use specific frequencies like the ones you might be hearing in the background, which is actually 963 hertz frequency. But nowadays this is a real life example as well. Sacred geometry is now being applied in sound healing. So in this, what happens that practitioners use specific frequency sounds that are believed to be in harmony with the geometric patterns found in nature, and yes, that is being implemented. For example, the flower of life. Then sound baths are also very common nowadays. So sound baths are now combined with geometric meditation, and have also shown results to reduce stress and create deep relaxation. Other than these shapes, consistently integrating mandala art into your meditative session can also help the practitioners focus on the shapes and symmetry to deepen your meditation. Now, over time, a sense of stronger peace and connection will develop as you focus more and more on the shapes, on the geometries. It is inevitable, but yes, it takes practice, it takes effort, and it takes consistency. Now, how one can integrate sacred geometry into their daily life, into their daily routine? I know we all are really busy, but what are some small ways or some small steps that we can take to actually integrate this in our life? So the first thing that I prefer to do, and actually even advise my listeners to do as well, is to create a meditation space, a sacred meditation space that incorporates sacred geometry symbols. Now, having a whole separate space to meditate is another level up, and it actually helps you a lot. But then incorporating these geometry symbols as well, that is going to totally upskill your meditation practices. And for this you can use art pieces like mandalas, the flower of life, or even ancient Hindu symbols like Sri Yantra as focal points in your meditation area. They can help a lot. Then nowadays you can also opt for apps or websites if that's digital workspace is something you're more comfortable with. So apps or websites are so many available nowadays. Some of them offer interactive mandala generators or geometric visualizers as well. So this will allow, as meditators, you to engage with sacred shapes digitally through your practice. Now, I always encourage all my listeners to keep a journal of their experiences with sacred geometry meditation, reflecting on insights or any shifts in perception that you might observe after each practices. This can help you actually deepen your understanding of how these symbols are influencing you throughout your journey of spiritual awakening. And if you can't do this, or if you're not someone who is right now in the space to meditate, or who is just not someone who likes to meditate, so what you can do some even more simple practices. You can actually carry a flower of life pendant. Nowadays those are also available, or even wearing clothing with sacred geometric patterns. Those are the simplest thing you can do. And over the time, if not anything, they'll serve you as a reminder of how your connection to the universe is deepening every single day, and you are literally the child of the universe. Now, like I said, there is so many scientific evidences that are supporting the claim of sacred geometry actually enhancing our spiritual awakening. Let's review them quickly once again. So the University of Oxford have so many studies in their database that have found that meditative focus on geometric patterns specifically can lead to enhanced concentration and reduced anxiety. Now, the architectural designs of places like the temples, like I said before, and Pantheon or Angkor Wat, built with sacred geometric principles, have been evidently found to evoke specific energy responses or specific energetic responses, in fact, in visitors, promoting feelings of awe and spiritual connection. So, evidently, meditation with sacred geometry is not just a mystical practice but has scientifically measurable effects on the brain, mood, and our overall well being. Now, at the end, I would like to emphasize that sacred geometry is a tool for awakening, not just intellectually but emotionally and spiritually as well. By regularly meditating with these symbols, one can align themselves with deeper truths about themselves as well as the universe. Also, take your time to understand which geometric shapes resonated with you today in today's meditation, or which are resonating with you. Explore more about it. Explore more such symbols in your meditative practice. Experiment with them and reflect on how each shape is impacting your awareness and emotional state as well. Now, you can try the symbols like Taurus, Vesica Pisces, or even Metatron's cube in your daily meditation. Therefore, I believe sacred geometry is a powerful tool which can allow us to tap into universal energies and awaken deeper layer of consciousness. So, with all that being said, I now bid you goodbye and thank you all for tuning in. See you in the next episode. Till then, stay happy and stay awoke.